do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.
The Indiana Fever have completely changed their team for the better. The biggest move? Bringing in Sophie Cunningham while sending Nalissa Smith and packing to Dallas.
Might not be from you, but like what is the, I mean, it feels it's not hate, but is it jealousy? Is it envy? Is it just like, what is it?
Yeah, I see both sides. I'm not an extremist in any way.
Yeah.
And so I like to see both sides of each party. I think when you have older people in the league, they work their tails off and they didn't get the recognition. They don't get paid millions of dollars before they even step on the court. You know what I mean? And for them, it's all about, okay, well, what are your stats? What are you doing for the actual game? Like, while you're playing.
Yeah.
And then
Sophie has been a huge fan of Caitlin Clark from the start. Remember that all-star game moment when she tried recruiting Clark to Phoenix? That clip went viral because it showed how much Cunningham respected Clark's game.
so many new and fresh eyes on our sport that maybe they're a little uneducated and maybe they kind of stir the pot a little bit. And so I get that. But for that class.
Now they're teammates, and it's exactly what the Fever needed. The Smith and Carrington situation was getting ugly. Smith couldn't even pretend to care about being a good teammate. Her defense was lazy, her attitude was worse, and she seemed more interested in stirring up drama than playing basketball.
I'm finna put up with the hate and the bullying Caitlin Clark has been receiving throughout the WNBA, because we know last year that was a big target for Caitlin Clark, was to get an enforcer. And like I keep telling y'all, Kelly Cristobal is not messing around, bro.
But Indiana didn't stop there. They went big and signed DeWanna Bonner, a six-time All-Star who knows what it takes to win championships. They also brought in Natasha Howard, who's one of the best defenders in the league. Keep in mind they already had Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hull. That's a serious lineup. Over in Dallas, things aren't looking great for Smith and Carrington. The Wings just gave a near-max contract to Maisha Hinalen, which probably means Smith is going to spend a lot of time on the bench. It's funny how things work out. Smith went from being a problem in Indiana to potentially being a non-factor in Dallas. The Fever fans couldn't be happier about all these changes. They were tired of Smith's social media games, taking the team out of her bio one day, putting it back the next, posting cryptic messages that everyone knew were about team drama. It was exhausting and unprofessional. Cunningham brings everything this team was missing. She's a solid three-point shooter, plays tough defense, and isn't afraid to mix it up when needed. Most importantly, she's going to protect Clark from the bullies in the league. And let's be honest, Clark has faced more than her share of hate since entering the WNBA. The people running the Fever, Kelly Krauskopf, Amber Cox, and Stephanie White, deserve credit for these moves. They didn't just make the team better on paper, they changed the whole culture. Bringing in veterans like Bonner isn't just about scoring points, it's about showing the younger players what real professionalism looks like. Even ESPN is starting to take notice. Rebecca Lobo and other analysts are talking about the Fever as real championship contenders. Sure, Clark will face pressure in her second year, but now she's got teammates who will help her handle it instead of adding to her stress. The team's future looks bright. They've got everything you need: shooters, defenders, experienced veterans, and young stars. But what's really important is they've got players who actually want to work together. No more drama, no more passive-aggressive behavior, just basketball. The Fever's transformation goes beyond just getting better players. They've created an environment where players can focus on winning instead of watching their backs. Sydney Colson will be a great backup for Clark, and the team finally has the depth it needs to compete with anyone. Bonner's signing is particularly huge. She's not just a scorer, she's a leader who's been there and done that. Her championship experience is exactly what this young team needs. And Howard coming back means the Fever's defense will be tough to deal with. Word is that Smith is already facing challenges in Dallas. Between Hinalen's contract and the Wings' loaded roster, she might find herself in the same situation she created in Indiana, on the outside looking in. Sometimes karma works fast. This isn't just another team rebuild. The Fever have put together a group that can compete right now, while also building for the future. Clark and Boston are young stars. Mitchell is in her prime, and veterans like Bonner and Howard provide the leadership needed to win championships. The upcoming season will be interesting to watch. The Fever have gone from being that team everyone thought would be good someday to being that team nobody wants to face. They've got talent at every position, leadership in the locker room, and most importantly, players who actually want to be there. Will it all work out perfectly? We'll see. But one thing's clear. The Fever are done with the drama. They've built a team that's ready to compete for championships, and they did it by getting rid of the players who were holding them back. That's how you build a winner in this league.